What's up, YouTube? This is G-Funk coming back post-fight for Canelo and Angulo. I want to talk about the card real quick. And I mean, pretty disappointing that a lot of the fights didn't happen. Like Figueroa got hurt and he had to pull out of the fight with Canelo's brother. I really wanted to see that one. And the fight I was most looking forward to on the night that I thought was going to be, you know, the most competitive was going to be the Carlos Molina and Charlo fight. Thought that was going to be pretty good. Was really looking forward to it. It didn't happen. Obviously, everybody knows that Carlos Molina was arrested for, you know, whatever reasons. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know why. I was disappointed in that. But, you know, I was kind of a little bit disappointed in the Santa Cruz Mijares fight. I thought Mijares was going to come and bring more of a fight to Leo Santa Cruz, but you know, I don't know what happened in there. Got kind of distracted. I had a lot of people here, so you know, is what it is. Now let's get on the main topic here, the main event, Canelo versus Angulo. You know, I don't really want to call this an entertaining fight because it was so damn lopsided. You know, I think it was good it was a very, very good performance for Canelo Alvarez. Looked very sharp, looked very big and strong in there against Angulo, who is not a small junior welterweight. Junior middleweight. You know, he looked pretty damn big in there, like he was at least 175 pounds, like a light heavyweight. But you know, right out from the gate, I gotta say, Canelo came out and you know, he took the fight straight to Angulo. You know, and I think that really took Angulo by surprise. The way it looked to me was that he was definitely shocked at what happened, and you know, he was very, very slow. I mean, which is normal for Angulo. You know, he's not the fastest guy. I said that in the prediction video. But you know, the first 5 rounds, I gotta say, Canelo was looking like a big version of Manny Pacquiao. You know, he was in there, you know, coming forward, throwing a ton of combinations, landing a lot of shots. I mean, he was, like I said, he's looking like Pacquiao against Margarito. The only difference is that with Pacquiao, we know that his stamina is off the charts, man. I mean, this guy can, I mean, he can throw 100 punches around for 12 rounds. You know, we know that this guy can go and go and go. As with Canelo, now I know a lot of fans might not agree with what I'm going to say here, but like I said in my prediction, the later the fight goes, you know, Canelo gets tired. And there was definitely evidence of that in the fight, whether you want to believe it or not. The guy went from coming forward and throwing combinations, went to, you know, doing more backpedaling than usual, was fighting in his little spots like he always does, and was getting hit a lot more later in the fight. He was allowing Angulo to come forward and just start throwing punches. I mean, there was even points where he was moving so much and he put himself against ropes and he's, you know, waving his gloves like, come on, you know, like, I mean, we don't need to tell Angulo to come on, man. I mean, he was coming all night long. You know, I mean, that's something that fighters do when, you know, a fighter's running away from them. You know, and you're saying like, come on, come fight me. You know, like Angulo was fighting all night long, no doubt about it. And I mean, this guy was eating combinations like M&Ms out there, you know, and just kept coming forward. I mean, this dude's got a granite chin. You know, I mean, just unbelievable the amount of punishment that he took. But you know, he was beat to the punch all night long, and you know, I think I hear a lot of people saying that it was a bad stoppage or whatever. You know, I actually think it was a good stoppage, man. I mean, Tony Weeks, I mean, he had to save Angulo from himself, man. I mean, the guy, I mean, you could see he wanted to keep fighting after he had stepped in and said that's enough. But I mean, there was really no point. I mean, there was nothing he wasn't gonna do to change the fight, I think. I mean, even though Canelo was getting tired, I just don't think Angulo had enough speed or snap in his punches to really damage Canelo or hurt him in any way. So, you know, I think it was definitely a good stoppage for Tony Weeks to step in there and say, you know, you've had enough, man. I mean, Angulo, I mean, this dude took a tremendous amount of punishment. I mean, I don't even think that Canelo missed a damn punch in the fight. I didn't see any kind of head movement out of Angulo. You know, and he was just there to be hit, which is what he normally does. But I was hoping that he would at least try to, you know, move his head a little bit, working with Virgil Hunter and you know, the guys in that camp like Khan and Andre Ward. I think Andre Berto's there also. But you know, hey, I mean, he just got his ass kicked. I mean, pure and simple. You know, that's just the only way you could describe the fight. I mean, Canelo looked very, very good. Looked very strong. Looked, like I said, looked a lot bigger than Angulo did in there. So, you know, I'm very, very anxious to see what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen it yet, but you can go ahead and check it out. Ellie Setback has a video on his page where, you know, Erislandy Lara walked up on stage to the podium where Canelo was giving his post-fight, and basically called the man out. You know, he said, "Let's do it, let's fight," and right in front of the press, I mean, Canelo said no. Basically, just said, "I'm not gonna fight you because I don't think nobody wants to see it." You know, so the man straight up ducked him in front of everybody. There's no way around it. There's no excuses that need to be made. You know, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go ahead and look at the video. You know, the man has been avoiding Lara for a long time, and you know, I mean, I think we kind of know why, because he's definitely a problem. You know, he's not gonna run through Lara like he did Angulo here. I mean, that's not gonna happen. Now, I don't want to hear no BS about how, you know, well, he looked better against Angulo. Canelo did, and Angulo dropped Lara twice. Yeah, of course he dropped him twice. You know, if you've seen the fight, yeah, he dropped him. But at the same time, Angulo was forced to quit against Lara. He got hit so many times in the face with those left hands that his eye got all messed up, and he was forced to quit. Now, I didn't see Angulo turn his back on Canelo during the fight. I mean, he wanted to come back and fight some more. You know, he wasn't quitting last night. So, you know, if you want to say, say, well, Angulo did much better against Lara, all right, fine, whatever. Then we can go to the Trout card. You know, Lara looked much better against Trout than Canelo did. There's a lot of people who think Canelo didn't even win the fight against Austin Trout. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just tired of the excuses, man. This guy needs to fight him. He just got his, you know, he got in there, he got his tune-up, got the perfect guy to look good against, and he demolished him, man. He did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was, you know, he did it. He annihilated the guy. I mean, there's just no other way of putting it. But the guy has to fight him, man. I mean, there's just no obstacles in the way now. The man walked up to you after your fight was over, asked you if you wanted to fight. You said no. So, there's really no leg that you Canelo fans can stand on here when it comes to him ducking Lara. He made it pretty obvious last night, you know? And I mean, there's nothing in the way. Like I said, I mean, they both signed a Golden Boy, right? I mean, there's no Cold War excuse anybody can use. So, I don't want to hear it no more, man. You know? Let's just get this thing on, man. Let's do it. I want to see who the better man is at 154 pounds. You know, quit trying to chase Miguel Cotto down. You've been trying to fight the man for years. You know, no. You need to fight Lara first, man. Fight Erislandy Lara. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I mean, there's no more excuses, guys. That's the bottom line. Canelo looked good last night because he was in the perfect situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to hate on the man. You know, I mean, he looked spectacular last night. Did what he's supposed to do. You know, they got him back on the winning track. So let's see him step it up now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the guy only has 2 real fights in his career against Trout and Mayweather, and he didn't look this spectacular in either one of them. So if you're gonna come here and talk about how he's just gonna run through Erislandy Lara like he's nothing, you know, you obviously are just talking off of your emotions because you're a fan of Canelo, and you don't want to just see reality, man. And the reality is that Lara will give him trouble, it's clear. I mean, look at what Mayweather did when he boxed his socks off. Now, I'm not trying to say Lara is on the same level as Mayweather, but the man is a pure boxer and good counterpuncher, has good speed. He's a southpaw, and he has good power, you know. And if you want to deny his power, you know what I'm saying? Just ask Angulo how hard he hits. Yeah, he was forced to quit against him. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't quit last night against Canelo. I'm not trying to say Canelo doesn't have any power, but those of you who say that Lara doesn't have any power, you know, you're gonna have to face reality at some point, man. And you know, if this man decides to move on and fight somebody else and then move up and doesn't fight Lara, then, you know, hey, there's nothing else I can say about the guy. So, good win for Canelo last night. Looked great. Now it's time for him to move on to bigger and better things. And like I said, he needs to fight Lara. So you guys let me know what you think. This is G-Funk, and I'm out.